This time I'd like to bring on John Evans to introduce our next guest, David Smith.
I have the privilege of introducing one of the honorees, and the word hero stands out in my mind because it's a great opportunity for me, because this man is a hero in my life. Has been since I met him. I was introduced to David by reading his book. And Dr. David Miln Smith, the comments about him that I'd heard at that point when I read his book was that Johnny Carson said about him, he was the king of the risk takers. He said David went all around the world doing what we want to do. And so I thought that would be a fascinating book to read about someone who lived like that, and I read the book. The remarkable things that he'd accomplished really engaged me. I was fascinated that someone could do those kind of things. Kayak the Nile, that's 2,000 miles, and hike across the high Atlas Mountains of Morocco, 380 or whatever miles it was, with a donkey, to swim the Gibraltar Straits from Tangiers to Gibraltar. And I said, this guy's a living hero. And the thing that fascinated me was the way he debriefed these experiences in his book. So I called him up. I said, what's the chances of us getting together if I get over in San Francisco? He said, hey, come on. When I got over there, I found this man that was incredible, engaging, and we've been fast friends ever since. That was 15 or more years ago. And he called me one day and invited me to go to Africa. And for weeks prior to the trip, I was in a euphoric state. I was thinking, I never figured I'd get an opportunity to do that with a man that was a risk taker and adventurer and had done all these remarkable, over 100 triathlons. And he was planning a pentathlon in Gibraltar to commemorate this experience that he'd had swimming the Gibraltar Straits. And they were commemorating a coin and a stamp for David. And we went over there really to start or set up a pentathlon. And when we got over there, he was a hero. His pictures were all over the Department of Tourism, and we were treated like we were really special guests. And I had a chance to get on a cruise ship then when we were going down to Morocco and leaving Gibraltar and see the distance. First I was looking across to Africa, and you're over here in Gibraltar. It didn't look like that big a deal to me, but as we got on the cruise ship and headed down to Tangiers, the marathon part of it kicked in for me then. But the thing I've been able to do, being David's friend, is go on some events with him. He's got a tremendous amount of energy. Having energy and stamina, endurance and guts and a lot of other things are what marathon swimmers really have to have. But the ability to energize others is what David has. It's a remarkable ability. And I had a chance to see that firsthand. Altruistic work he does, helping to prepare prisoners who are being released from prison to go out and get a job instead of going out trying to do a job. And his ability to do that was in the classroom, where he engaged these guys straightforward. He'd challenge them and get in arguments with them and stand up and yell back at them and do remarkable things to get them to wake up about what was getting ready to happen. So he did that, and then to read about the work he's done for 27 years, rehabilitating schizophrenics and helping them to change their lives, and a humanist kind of efforts that David does is what makes him really stand out in my mind. So I guess to have the endurance, the energy, the heart, the stamina, and all of those things accompany this ability to energize other people. And that's what David's great gift is. And so I feel honored to introduce to you Dr. David Miln Smith. David.